everyone, welcome back to Catholic Home Life. My name is Lindsay, and if you're new around here, I'm in the middle of doing a video series of a book club. It's a summer book club, and there's a handful of other Catholic YouTubers who are participating, and I will have all of their videos linked down below. We are reading the Handbook for Catholic Moms by Lisa Hendey. The chapter that we're reading today is chapter 6, and it's called You're Never Alone, Parenting on Your Own. Now, to be honest, this chapter is kind of a difficult chapter because I read it and it was beautifully written and I agreed with everything that she said. But when it comes to me talking about it in this video, I just wasn't exactly sure what to say because the whole chapter is about mothers who are doing it on their own. And that's always a hard situation. Either they had a child out of marriage, which is a hard situation, or there was divorce or a divorce and annulment, or their spouse died. No matter what the situation is that leaves you parenting on your own, it's difficult. There's also people that have spouses in the military and they're away, and that is also hard. So all these situations are very hard, and I haven't lived them out personally. I have friends who have gone through things like this, but my heart goes out to anyone who is currently living in a situation where they are parenting on their own, and I know that that is very challenging. So I read this chapter a few days ago, and I kind of had to let it sit and just mull over the message that I had for this video. And ultimately, there were two things that really resonated with me that I wanted to share with you. The first is that life is messy, and the second is that God is merciful. So life is messy. That's something that as I was reading this chapter, I just, it's never perfect. Our families are never perfect. Our marriages are never perfect. Things happen, but through all of that, God is merciful, and He gives us the Catholic Church as a conduit for His mercy through the sacraments. And I think that the Catholic Church has received a cultural reputation that it excludes and is judgmental toward people that are in hard situations. And I'm here to tell you that no matter what your life looks like and no matter what your family looks like, there is a place for you in the Catholic Church. And there is mercy to be offered to you in the Catholic Church. If you've been away from the Catholic Church for whatever reason, I just want to give you the message that you are welcome back. You're always welcome back. And I want to invite you to come back and to talk to a priest to see what you can do to find reconciliation in your life. So that's the main message of my video today, is that there is mercy to be found in your life. Probably the most powerful part of this chapter for me was from an excerpt from someone else's writing that she quoted in here from Barbara. And Barbara's husband passed away in a plane crash. And so she wrote a reflection that is within this chapter. And I'm just gonna read it to you, so it's so beautiful. She said, "A powerful moment was this. About 6 months after John died, I reached for a juice glass in the kitchen. It slipped and shattered into little pieces on the floor. Immediately, I thought, that's just how my life is, shattered. And then a surprising image appeared in my mind, the stained glass window of a nearby church. It was a beautiful window, and it was made of pieces of broken glass. In that moment, for the first time, I thought, maybe the shattered pieces of my life can still become beautiful, different, but still beautiful. That image was a powerful indication of God's grace acting in my life." That is a really beautiful meditation on how God can take our broken selves and our broken lives and things that we might not think are beautiful anymore. And He can make our lives beautiful. He can make our shattered lives into a stained glass window. So I just love that, and I think it could apply to so many situations, but even day-to-day life, like when I feel like my day is going terribly. I have been thinking about that image lately of just how I feel like this day is shattered. But if I offer the hardships over to God, He can make something beautiful out of the chaos. There were some other things in here that really stood out to me, and that was developing a support system. That's so important when you are mothering on your own. She talks in here specifically about mothers of sons wanting to seek out role models for their sons, male role models. And that made me think about, at our church, there are two ministries, youth ministries, called Fidelis and Fraternus. And they are a really neat organization. And these two groups meet weekly, not during the summer, but they meet all through the school year. And Fraternus is the boys group and Fidelis is the girls group. And I think that part of the mission of these two groups is to offer that support for girls in their teen years and for boys in their teen years. The leaders of the groups are men and women. And it just offers this built-in support. So if there are boys or girls who don't have good role models in their life, this group, Fraternus and Fidelis, offers that opportunity for teenagers to see other adults other than their parents living out their faith. And so I will have information linked down below to those two wonderful groups because I think they're looking to be in other parishes too. I know it's a nationwide organization, so I will have all that linked down below. There was another part in here that I really like too. It says, embrace the kindness of strangers. Remember, God not only puts friends in our lives to help, He likes to use strangers too. And I really liked that idea about being a helpful stranger because I always appreciate it when people are helpful with me. Like I'm always, carrying all the bags. I've got the diaper bag, I've got my purse, I've got usually a baby that I'm wearing, I've got hands that I'm holding. And when people open a door for me, it's so nice. And sometimes people will return a grocery cart for me, like I've loaded my kids up and I've loaded my groceries in the car, and someone will walk by and they'll see that and they'll offer to take my cart back for me. And just little things like that can make such a difference in your day, knowing that people are looking out for you that you don't even know. So that part of the book was just encouraging me to think about being a thoughtful stranger to others, because I think that God puts so many people in our path for a reason, and it might just be something really fleeting, but you have a chance to serve those people in your life. Like something that I like to do is when I notice there's someone in a wheelchair at the grocery store, if they are trying to reach something off the shelf, I will offer to help them if they need help. And the other day I noticed that my children actually noticed someone in need, and we were at the post office and my son said, "Hey mom, I think that woman over there is locked out of her car." So I look over and sure enough, it looked like she was. So I got out of the car and I asked if she was locked out, and she was, and I offered her to use my phone if she needed to call anyone. And she said her brother was on the way, so she didn't need our help. But I thought that was really neat that my children were noticing someone else's needs. And I just think in this crazy, busy world, we would benefit by slowing down and looking and noticing those in our life who we don't know, but they need help. And we have a chance to do that. And we're called to do that as Christians. Those were all the things that stood out to me in this chapter. And the homework piece at the end, I chose the one that says, create a list of must-do household responsibilities and a master schedule of who will complete each task. And I am gonna do that because I'm not doing it on my own, but I think any mom, we take on way too much, and we need to lean on our husbands and our children to help us out more. So I related to that, and I'm going to do that and ask my children to help me out more and make a list and decide the responsibilities, and we're gonna get organized. So that is what I'm going to do this week. And also at the end of the chapter, there was a list of resources for people going through divorce, information on annulments, and there's ministries for widows. So I will also have that information down in the description box, just in case that's something that you're going through in your life. There is help out there, and like I said, within the Catholic Church, there is so much mercy and so much grace to be given to you. So I hope you have a wonderful day and a great week, and I will talk to you in my next video. God bless you. Bye.
What? You finished the book?
She's reading a book on Audible. It finished? Are you sure?
Yes.
Whoa, you're gonna do another book?
Because it was that short. Yeah. I was upstairs in my room.
You're reading a book? Okay, so you want to pick a new book?
This is Audible.
This is Audible.
Children's Audio presents Beezus and Ramona by Beverly Cleary, performed by Stockford Channing.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, hop down.
See you next time.
See you next time. You're cute.